Yeah, I've got the camera angle right now on my little GoPro 5 I'm using to record this. This is my review of the Xioami Note 4. It's got 64GB of hard drive, 3GB of RAM, and it's got a 5-lens system camera which uses all sorts of DP&S and different systems of focusing, which is meant to be the latest and best camera, and I found the camera very, very good. This is the fingerprint sensor, so you can easily put your forefinger on it and activate it. Let me take the cover off it. I think it's always good to give it a little bit of protection. So this is obviously a plus size phone, a phablet often called, although there is a bigger one from Xioami. It's called the M6, I think. This is a blatant copy of an iPhone. I mean, look at these lines here, the same as the iPhone. The all-aluminium unibody, it's very well made. This phone was €220, which is about £200, $220. It's got a high-resolution 1080p screen, which is the same as the iPhone 7 Plus. All the way around the edges it's metal and curved, and at the bottom we've got 2 stereo speakers, again the same as an iPhone. And this little plug, it moves a bit, so it helps it if it gets jarred. It's not going to break so easily. It was snagged or trodden over. I've had the phone for about 2 weeks now, and I've been putting all the programs I like on it. The biggest phone on memory hard drive I had before, internal drive, was 8GB, with the LGs, HTCs, you know, the budget phones you get with the points on your phone account. Right, let's have a look at this more in depth. First, I think I'm going to look at the SIM tray. This pops out exactly the same as an iPhone. It's an exact copy, but you can put 2 SIMs in there, so you could have 2 telephone numbers, and also up to, I believe, 250GB of internal SD card you could put on that little tray. So it can hold 3 cards when it comes out. An iPhone, you can't do that. You can only put 1 SIM in there. The internal memory is what you've paid for. So 128GB here in Spain is going to be looking at 1,100 or 1,200 euros. But this comes with 64GB for 220. You can get one on igogo.es for 165, I've seen it, including postage. That's with 35GB. But I wanted a lot of gigabytes, so no more worries about where the program's going. Your memory's full. I seem to find on these 8GB phones they give everyone for about 120 euros that it seems a bit deliberate that you put a few programs in. It's got Android in it, which is 5 or 6GB, and it's full. And you just had it 2 weeks. Not to mention your photos and videos, so you don't want to be worrying about that. Get some space. The screen I find very bright. I've been using it for FPV goggles and VR vision. You can change all these themes. It's got all these lovely photos you can change. The phone. It's very good. You can save missed calls in the contacts and so on. The contacts, all very clear. I'm using a setting for reading, which is yellows the screen a bit, so it makes the text easier to read. Mail, I'm using Gmail. Let's have a look at the themes this phone will give you. It's noticeably faster than the phones I've used before because it's 3 gigabytes. Incidentally, the iPhone 7 is 2 gigabytes and the iPhone 7 Plus is 3 gigabytes. But the Samsung S7, let's just mention this good phone at the moment, has probably one of the best cameras and 4 gigabytes. But you pay for it, 700, 800, 900 euros here. So these are the themes I can use and change the screen. But I've picked that one, the black one. I like to keep it simple, but there's lots of beautiful themes there. Xioami's own system, which they call MIU. There's a forum there. So it's a different version of Android. I've got, and for those of you who didn't know, there are different versions of Android. It's not just one version like Apple has. I love this Notes program. It's simple. I don't use their program. You can just add notes on and on and on. If I open up their Notes one, it just looks a bit messy to me, but I've tried using it. But I've always used that one. I like the AZ screen recorder. I can record everything in the screen. For example, if I'm flying my drone with Litchi, I can record the screen as you see it with all the controls. Let me just show you that what I mean. So it literally starts up. So I'm not connected to the aircraft, but you see I've got all these controls. I'm going to have the height, the distance, the direction, the position of the drone. Also it's caching with Google Maps there. But that's a very good thing to have, so you can actually see what you're seeing in the phone and record it if you want to, or take a photo. See, literally I can go into VR goggles there. I won't do it now because we're not connected. Basically 2 small screens will come up, so when I put the phone in my VR goggles, I'm seeing one united screen, like a wide screen. It goes together with your eyes, and you can fly the aircraft like that. Very good. Excellent thing to have on phones. Let's go back to the home button is hidden. There's no home button sticking out. I have incidentally just cleaned the screen, but I've got a Teflon glass protector on, which I find often get cracked themselves after about a year, and you think you've got a crack in the screen. Anyway, let's push the home button, go back to the home screen. They've reversed. If I go to this one, I've got my programs. So that's the back button, and that one's the programs that are open, you see. And I can also set it so I can see what the programs are seeing. So I can quickly go to different programs. Multitasking. Big Google influence here with all the good Google programs. I use them a lot. Google Chrome, Google Drive I use. I don't watch TV or play movies, games or anything like that. I'm not interested in that. Maps is very good. And with this telephone you've got 4 different systems of GPS. GLONASS, the American GPS system, the traditional one with 8 or 12. And then there's 2 others they put in there. So it's very quick at getting in your position, accurate in the car. Tools, calculator, clock, mail. I just find Gmail, I've used other mail programs in HTC, it's very good, this mail, but sometimes it won't synchronize well with my email accounts. With Gmail it's simple, quick, you don't have to manually put in SMTPs and your server name and all that sort of thing. It does it quicker than all of them. Scanner here, so you can scan barcodes, scan documents. That's a built-in program, very nice, no adverts or anything. Compass, another inbuilt program, telling me to calibrate it there. And Word, it's nice. Let's have a look at some text for you. Pull this one up. Some text. Let's see. Quite sharp there. Nice, use that a lot. It's free. Windows Word. So I send all the documents I'm going to use a lot, and then I store them there. Then I can just copy and paste to an email much quicker. Now, there's another thing I like, especially for typing, is, let's show you what I mean here. I use Swipe. It's called Google Pad, I believe. And okay, let's just go down a bit. Now I'm going to say hello in English, hello, and then I'm going to say hola in Spanish. There we go, hola in Spanish. Just showing people this phone. See? You just do that with your thumb. It's a swipe gesture, and it's touch sensitive. You see the way it's touch sensitive. It works really well, better than the other swipe or trace system I've used before. And I've got it in 2 languages, so I'm texting and typing a lot in Spanish and English, and I don't have to change the dictionary. Very good. Love that. Let's have a look at gallery photos. Now, from gallery, let's have a look at the sharpness of the photos. This is a piler I was cooking the other day. Good, sharp, pristine photos, as they should be with a 15 megapixel camera. Good light is very important. See, nice scene there. All sorts of editing software there. Different styles. Change it to black and white. Make it look like an Instagram, Polaroid, all that. Now let's take a look at the camera. Very nice camera. And what do I like about it most? Well, to get into the settings, it's a bit confusing. You've got to go here, and then you've got these settings here. Let's have a look at these. Audio, change that. Reality, timer, straighten, scene, manual, HT for the night, panorama. But here we can go up to the settings, and as you know, you can't do this on iPhones. You can with other phones. So look, I'm in the camera settings now. I've got picture quality, I've got it on standard, so I could have it on high. Face detection, age and gender, volume buttons, auto exposure, contrast, saturation. Nice to change the saturation and bring your colours out. Camera sounds, I like to turn that off. I like to take photos a bit discreetly. Let's have a look in the video settings now. Go do that. Then modes. You see, you've got slow motion. I have done some slow motion. It's very good. Must be very fast frame rate. You've got time lapse, and you can set the time. You know, you've seen those, say, Casey Neistat videos where he's had the New York scene and boats floating around on time lapse with the GoPro. You can do that in here. Slow motion, lovely. You've got something special to film, Mr. Snoke tells me. And also, let's have a look at the qualities. Don't want to leave that yet. Do like this camera. It says camera. What are we in camera? Oh, video. There's video, isn't it? So, let's go back here. Camera settings. Yeah, we've been there. Going to go back to video settings and modes appear. Now, image stabilization. What a great thing to have in a mobile phone. GoPro's got that, and it's new. But this has got it. Image stabilization, good. Image capture while recording. Now you can set that to different time lapses. It'll take an image while you're recording a video. Right, let's go into video quality. I've got it on HD there, but it can go up to full HD, which I believe is 2.7K. Nice size to have. I actually am recording this now in 1080p, 30 frames a second, and it's beautiful. Why struggle with huge, great files? I'm here in the countryside, as you can see, and the internet connection isn't as fast as the city, so I'm not going to be wanting to record much in 4K. Time-lapse interval, you see there? Anti-banding. Focus mode. You can tap to focus. Oh, this is one of the camera attributes. Or it's got CAF, which is automatic focusing. I'm using tap. Tap, yes, like on the new Mavic, you have to tap it. So, we've been through the cameras there, the video and the camera. Not quite as many settings as a Samsung would have, that I've had, or an HTC. But the camera, look at the specifications of the Xioami Note 4 camera. It's a great long list. It's 5 lens. It's new, it's come out with the 4. You see the 3, the Note 3, a lot less, but it hasn't got the same camera if you look at the settings. Flash there. Fingerprint there. I've had it working, the fingerprint, but I don't use it. I just like to pull it out of the pocket and see the screen. Got the capture app from GoPro, which isn't working very well now because I've done an update. Unfortunately, it told me to do the update. So I did the update and it stuffed it. So GoPro might be going back. This is the #1 selling phone in China, I've read. So this phone is a fifth of the price of an iPhone. It's just as powerful, not more powerful. It's got the same screen, 1080p. And it's got more gigabyte of RAM. iPhone 7 normal one, the Plus has got 3 gigabyte. It's got a Snapdragon processor, same as the iPhone. Have a look at the specifications on it. Very interesting if you're into that sort of thing. Airbnb, Vimeo. I like Vimeo. Sometimes I have problems uploading to Google, YouTube now, especially if you use a song, even an obscure song. And it tells you you've not got the license for the song, and the money's going to go for advertising to the artist, and it complicates things. I like Vimeo because it's simple, no adverts. I know you haven't got much storage unless you pay a little bit for it. So there's my review on the Xioami Note 4, 64 gig internal. Very pleased with it. Had it 2 weeks now. I think it's beautiful. I like the beveling on the glass. It's good to have that sort of beautiful curved edge that the Samsung's got. But you'll be paying 700 or 800 euros for one of them in Spain, and this is 200, so save yourself 500, because next year there's going to be the S8 and the S9, and what's your S8 worth then? Thank you for watching. Catch up later.